US Open 2025 final live updates. Sinner's final delayed after President Donald Trump's arrive US Open live. What's at stake for Jannik Sinner? Jannik Sinner will become the first man since Roger Federer, 2004 to 2008, to defend the US Open title. The Italian will also retain his world number 1 title if he wins the title today. He will also complete 28 straight victories on hard courts, which is the second longest streak already behind Roger Federer's 40. September 7, 2025, 23:57 IST. US Open Final Live. Some stats from Sinner's final. This is the first time in the Open era 2 players have played 3 men's singles finals in Grand Slams in a year. Novak Djokovic and Rafael Nadal played 4 successive finals between Wimbledon 2011 and French Open 2012. However, it came across 2 years. Also, the last 7 Grand Slam crowns have been shared by these 2, and they're going to make it 8 in a row. The Sinner's era is well and truly here, and there's no stopping it. US Open Live. Contrasting warm-ups for Sinner and Alcaraz. Jannik Sinner is playing some foot volley with a rugby ball in the gym. He was also seen running around with his trainer. He looks completely relaxed, or, at least, is masking his nerves wonderfully well. On the other hand, Alcaraz is doing his final bit of stretches. He looks intense in his pink kit. September 7, 2025, 23:39 IST. US Open Final Live. Huge crowd outside the Ashe. There's a huge crowd outside the Arthur Ashe Stadium, waiting to enter. President Donald Trump is at the venue, and he is waving at the fans. The players are preparing to make their way out of the tunnel. There's going to be some more delay. Some strict security measures are in place. Sep 7, 2025, 23:24 IST. US Open 2025 Final Live. Match postponed. The final match between Alcaraz and Sinner has been postponed by 30 minutes. As a result of the security measures in place, and to ensure that fans have additional time to get to their seats, we have pushed the start time of today's match to 2:30 p.m. Eastern Time, 12 a.m. IST, said USTA. September 7, 2025, 23:04 IST. US Open 2025 Final Live. Alcaraz's route to the final. Fresh off a straight sets win against Novak Djokovic, the Spaniard is owning this US Open with both tennis and pure charisma. His behind-the-back winner against Rinderknecht? Straight internet gold, but beyond the flashy shots, it's Alcaraz's personality that makes him a fan favorite. That cheeky grin, his easy nerves, and even his English lessons from movies. He fumbles, laughs it off, and wins hearts anyway. This is Carlos. Fire on court, joy off it. September 7, 2025, 22:37 IST. US Open Final Live. Alcaraz is thinking beyond. The US Open Final is set, and Carlos Alcaraz isn't just thinking about the trophy, he's thinking legacy. Ahead of his clash with Jannik Sinner, the Spaniard spoke about their rivalry being shaped in the footsteps of the Big Three. He admitted both are chasing the same dreams: Grand Slams, Masters titles, and the world number 1 ranking, which has already given fans multiple finals this season. I mean, for what we are fighting for, I think that makes a really good rivalry. He also added that they both have shared goals, and they're fueled by the kind of history the Big Three have passed on to the players of the new generation. Right now, Jannik and I are fighting for the number 1 spot. We're fighting for the Grand Slams. We've played 2 finals already this year. A few Masters 1000 finals. So we're fighting for the great things in tennis, and I think that makes a good rivalry. Alcaraz US Open 2025 Final Live. Sinner is not bored of Sinner's finals. Jannik Sinner heads into yet another Grand Slam final against Carlos Alcaraz, their 3rd in a row this season. Far from being bored, the Italian is embracing the rivalry. I love these challenges. I love to put myself in these positions. He's someone who pushes me to the limit, which is great, because then you have the best feedback you can have as a player. We have faced each other quite a lot now lately, so things are getting a little bit different, he said ahead of the final. September 7, 2025, 22:01 IST. Sinner vs. Alcaraz live. World number 1 crown at stake. Whoever wins tonight takes the crown as world number 1. Jannik Sinner defends his 65-week reign, while Carlos Alcaraz eyes a return to the throne he last held in 2023. The duo have already cemented themselves as tennis's top two rivals, pushing each other to new heights. Now it all comes down to one epic final in New York. The US Open 2025 Final Live. Stage set for Sinceras. It's fire versus ice in the US Open men's singles final as Carlos Alcaraz and Jannik Sinner lock horns yet again. Alcaraz storms in with fearless shot-making, fresh energy, and flair, while Sinner relies on icy calmness and precision. This marks their third slam final clash of the season, setting the stage for a blockbuster showdown that continues to define tennis's new era. The US Open 2025 Final Live. Stage set for Sinceras. It's fire versus ice in the US Open men's singles final as Carlos Alcaraz and Jannik Sinner lock horns yet again. Alcaraz storms in with fearless shot-making, fresh energy, and flair, while Sinner relies on icy calmness and precision. This marks their third slam final clash of the season, setting the stage for a blockbuster showdown that continues to define tennis's new era. The US Open 2025 Final Live. Stage set for Sinceras. It's fire versus ice in the US Open men's singles final as Carlos Alcaraz and Jannik Sinner lock horns yet again. Alcaraz storms in with fearless shot-making, fresh energy, and flair, while Sinner relies on icy calmness and precision. This marks their third slam final clash of the season, setting the stage for a blockbuster showdown that continues to define tennis's new era.